Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. Probably the busiest night of Dokkan ever, seemingly. I don't know. Dokkan, they're funny sometimes. Today we're going to look at EZA LR Buhan. This guy is a much needed, very, very powerful villain unit. Exactly what we need. We just need another 5 of these guys scattered on villain teams, and we'll be in a good spot. Now, Buhan, we've got a lot of sort of like tech abilities that this Buhan is going to have right here. I think that's going to be really, really good between his seal and his healing, his guard, his dodge. Like, he's just doing a lot that villains will need to help them survive against some of the newer bosses, right? So that's good. Now, one thing, again, like when we look at like non-Goresh translations or something like that, there's always going to be like a detail or two that's going to be fumbled. The one thing is, it seems as though, I believe Buhan guaranteed guards his first turn. Very good. We'll take that. Plus, he gets 50% attack and defense. And then he gets the guard and I think the stats if HP is 90% or less after that. So we will see. Remember, we'll be able to transform on turn 4. I mean, we could just pair him with this Super Buu right here. Buhan does have a couple of 200% teams. Funny enough, I think Buhan potentially has more relevant, like, 200% leaders than Vegito does. Because Buhan is on Android 21s. What's the other character? Fusion Zamasu. And then Buhan is actually on Dragon Fist 200% as well. Like, we could try him over there. But keep in mind that Buhan is one of these characters who is eating so hard off of his link set. He's just going to look quite a bit better with those links activated. All right, so let's go. He should be guaranteed guarding right here. He has a 30% chance to dodge as well. He has an additional super. Like he, oh yeah, he does have an additional. Yeah, he's looking good. Let's see. Let's see what Buhan does turn 1. Now, villains, funny enough, I mean, turn 1 is not where villains are weak right now. Like, that's not like, oh my god, like, they need help so bad turn 1. Villains need top-end, like, transformed talent. Transformed power is what villains need, and that's what Buhan is going to give us. So even if Buhan is a little bit iffy at the start, like, you know, the impossible artificial life form mission, we don't really give two shits if Buhan sucks. Or, excuse me, if Buu-Tank sucks at the start. It wouldn't matter. Because it's once we get to Beast, and Beast is the god boss, and we need a god villain to stand up against him. And I do think Buhan will be that. Now, we did triple super right there, right? Which is really good. So Buhan, he gets a 50% defensive stack on his 18 key, and then he gets a 50% attack stack on his 12 key. So that's good. He's got a lot of HP regen. He heals 20% HP at the start of the turn, which obviously is very good. The healing is going to be huge because, remember, I mean, tanking against these big bosses, if you can tank, you know, Beast and a fully built-up Evolution Blue Vegeta will, like, double-digit tank shit and shit like that, right? But, like, you know, most tank jobs mean, you know, you survived, but you lost literally all of your health. So, it's going to be good if Buhan is going to be replenishing a lot of HP for us. That's good. I do think EZA Super Buu is a real option as well. Like, if we can get the Buhans paired together, I mean, what one issue, though, is that Beast, damn, I mean, the locking. If you could keep the static Buhans together against Beast, if you would have a Beast rotation, or, excuse me, if you would have a Buhan rotation, and then a Gamma's rotation, like, it would be fine, but Beast does lock. That's, right now, my head is thinking about Buhan in those, that fight, because that's a mission everyone's gonna have to do, and the thing is that mission is a mission that is, like, almost impossible while using items, right? So, everyone is going to need this Buhan who, unless you have foolishly re-rolled, I'm sorry, but re-rolling is foolish. I will always maintain that. There's certain things I'm never backing down on. That's one of them. Summoning on every banner is stupid, stuff like that. But if you've been playing for a long time, remember, they release a Dokkan Fest LR, typically the best characters in the game, and then they repeatedly put them on the best banners in the game, right? So if you're a long-time player, you know, as long as you are, you know, intelligent with your stones and not a, you know, not a silly Billy, you're probably going to have, you know, Buhan with a dupe or Buhan with 2 dupes or something like that. Because the banners this guy would have been on are, it's like an insane roster of banners. Actually, while I'm making this point, I think I could pull that up. Hold on. Yeah, real quick, guys, look at this. So he was on his own banner, then he was on UI Goku's banner, then he was on LR Namek Goku's banner, then he was on the LR Gods banner, right? Then he was on Final Form, like, do you guys see what I mean? That's exactly my point, right? Like, if you're smart with your stones, like these, that's why these Dokkan Fest LR EZAs are so big. Because, you know, people are likely to summon on these banners because these are the best banners in the game's history. Every time they come out, these are the best banners. And, you know, you're going to be ready with, you know, Buhan as a top 10 character in the game, right? Like, these characters, EZA, these Dokkan Fest LRs, and they're top 10, like, every time. All right, so let's do this turn. Remember that Buhan has a ridiculously good transformation condition. For Buhan, it's just turn 4 with HP above 50%. But it's even better than that because... Bootanks. He heals 20% at the start of the turn. So, and you know, it's an active skill. So as long as you're above 50%, you could use it. So as long as you're at 30% HP or above, you will be able to transform with Bootanks. In order to not transform with him just immediately, it would have to be, again, you'd have to be under 30% HP going into the turn. All right, we'll come back when we're ready to transform into Buhan here. We should have both Buhans out at the same time, which is going to be awesome. All right, here we go. So now we're going ahead and getting Buhan out here. Perfect. And then now we can go ahead and transform into the other Buhan. So we are looking pretty good. Oh, and we got my baby girl on rotation.
これはいい。前よりさらにパワーアップしてしまったぞ。すぐ楽にしてやる。ほんの少し苦しむだけだ。
Alrighty, so we have Buhan, Daddy Buhan out. Buhan is going to be very good. 970, you say? That's with 2 stacks? I mean, we have virtually all of his good links up, yeah. Keep in mind, dude, Metamorphosis, right? That's given us 15% attack and defense. Did it? Oh, yeah, there it is. Or, excuse me, Metamorphosis is given 10% attack and defense. Big Bad Bosses, we're getting 25% defense. Oh, this is very slow. All right, so I'll just say it. Shocking Speed is giving us the 5% defense. And then Majin is giving, it's 15, right? Yeah, Majin is 15. And Metamorphosis is 10%. So the double Buhan rotation is good in terms of this. This STR Buhan should be good enough for Beast, provided that he's not caught in slot 1. And then Beast supers right away, and then it's death. Right, obviously. Okay, so let's just go over all the Shishkabobs that Buhan is doing, because he's got a lot of stuff here. So the one thing I don't think I talked about in the breakdown, oh, silly Millie, is he gets... Wait, he gets attack and defense for 4 turns. I want to find out how much is that though? Is it 30%? Is it 50%? Yeah, I'm not sure at the moment if it's a 30 or 50 buff. I assume it's 30, right? Because I mean, you know, we have LR Super Saiyan 4. Goku has one of those 4-turn buffs. Broly's got one of those 4-turn buffs as well, right? So now this boy again, he's very nasty, man. He's very disgusting. 20% HP start a turn, 5 key, 250% stats, crazy. Guaranteed additional super for the first 3 turns, guaranteed guard, high chance to dodge, guaranteed additional super, 2 key sphere per key sphere obtained, 50% attack and defense, and then he does attack break once within the turn with the 18 key super for 5 turns from the start of turn. That could win you the fight against Beast, right? If you get lucky with the placement of Beast super, maybe you could win off of that. It's possible. And then he gets 100% stats starting from the 6th turn. He seals the attacked enemy super for 5 turns. That can win you the Cell Max fight, which is very tough. That's huge. Then he gets 50% attack for the next attack if HP is 50% or more at the end of the turn. And then if HP is 50% or less at the end of the turn, he gets 10% HP regen. Now, one thing we do need to talk about right here, though. Right, like people are not going to understand how good defense is right now. and like what makes good defense. Let's say we're fighting Beast Gohan, right? And this Buhan is in slot 1 and Beast Gohan supers right away. We will take 600k-ish, I think. Somewhere around that. And that's with all links activated, which let's see what happens when he's next to Chilai. Yeah, look at that. So, unfortunately, he is really good. But if you're in slot 1 and Beast supers, you're dead. And you could just say, oh, well, don't float him, but, you know, it's not... I mean, that's just not, like when you get into that fight, like, you gotta just do your best to survive every turn. So, I mean, that's, like, he's very good. Like, I'm not saying he's bad, but, locked in slot 1, even in this instance, is probably guaranteed death. But wait. But remember, the piece of shit has 50% dodge as well. He's crazy. He's Vegeta and Trunks with 50% dodge. Boy is insane. I love it. I love it. All the healing and defensive mechanics this guy's got, I'm really liking. The only thing is, like, I'm not sure. Like, is this team competing with the top fights? It could, but the answer is probably no. Right? Unfortunately. The answer is probably no. Like, Fusion Zamasu deep in these fights, he does not hold up, unfortunately. All right, let's see what Buhan does. Again, we have all links activated except for legendary power. So, but I mean, we have the big important links are activated, right? So, all right, let's go ahead and see. Okay. So, okay, well, we get a dodge right away, sure. Okay. By the way, the 50% attack upon the character's next attack, no, that's just at the end turn. Okay, there's the dodge right there. There's another dodge. Okay, I mean, his attack stat is low. That is very low. So, okay, UI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta, I'm telling y'all this now. Eventually, it's going to be common opinion, but they are better than both Vegito and Buhan. UI and Evolution Blue Vegeta, they're a level above Buhan and Vegito. I mean, Vegito, the thing is, him with the Scouter. The Scouter is the thing you cannot sleep upon. Although, you know what? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There's one thing I'm forgetting. Again, he's getting these defensive buffs for 4 turns right here. So next turn, all these supers are stacks that are active next turn. Let's see what his defense looks like next turn before I... Oh, Jesus. Okay, I mean, actually, because again, you know, like somewhere around like, you know, 900k defense, 1 million defense, you know, you're talking about like 600k plus damage while guarding from like Beast or, you know, one of those bosses that's at like 2.7 or something like that. Chilai, please. Oh, sick. There was the attack break. Yeah, cool. Okay. Let me... Oh, we could just throw the domain. Here, I'm just going to come back next turn. I will use the Zamasu's domain. All right, guys. Let's take a look here. Wow. Okay. He's guaranteed guarding with 50% dodge, by the way. Oh my god. Wow. I mean, this is what villains needed. Let's drop down to Zamasu. So we have Big Bad Boss's Fierce Battle Legendary Power. And he's... Oh my god. His second turn... Dude, because these supers are guaranteed. Like, this isn't an instance where it's like, all right, Buhan, here we go. Super. Additional normal. That's okay, next one. Additional normal. That's okay, next one. Additional normal, damn. Like, that's not going to happen because he has guaranteed additional super. Then another guaranteed additional super. Holy hell, this is good. I feel like I'm going to have this guy, like, potentially, like, low on a top 10. Like, people are going to be like, what? But I will say this. At the same time, I definitely, like, this is what we needed for villains. Like, I don't look at this guy and think that they screwed up or anything like that. Like, he looks good enough to me for what we need. And he is literally, well, I don't know if I want to call him the best unit on Artificial Life Form, because is he better than the LR Gammas? Probably not. I don't know. But, like, he's either 1 or 2 for the hardest mission they've ever done in Dokkan history. So it's so important that they nailed him. And he's a villain. He looks very good to me. Again, villains don't need help turn 1. They needed help on turn 9. That's what they needed. Right, you have LR Golden Frieza, you have LR Fusion Zamasu, and all these characters turn 1. I mean, I guess Broly at the same time is a little bit iffy. He is more of like a deeper fight, in the fight character as well. I do kind of like what Buhan has got for us, though. I don't know. I was having a lot of trouble in the Extreme Class mission against Cell, huh? Where Cell was killing us pretty easily turn 1 until I put Beast on the team. Cell was fodderizing us early every time. So I don't know. Regardless, you guys know I'm not a villain hater. I love villains. I just want them, like, just make good villains, please. So like I think that Buhan is good enough. Yeah, Vegito, I'm seeing, it's funny, like, everyone saw Vegito's kit, and they're saying, Vegito's won, and now it's gone the other way, and people are like, oh yeah, Vegito's not that good, but regardless of what people think, that 10-turn scouter for Vegito is huge, right? It's gigantic right now. That shit really matters. So, it's like, Vegito is fine, and he's gonna, like, be very tanky against most normal stuff like that. I don't really have an issue. They could have made Vegito and Buhan stronger, yeah, they could have. But I don't look at these guys as like, damn, like, you know, they met, like, this is not, you know, like, I look at, like, Physical Rose, who I haven't talked much about, and it's kind of like, you know, right? But, like, Buhan and Vegito, I'm not getting that feeling from them. Like, I like what they're giving us. Keep in mind that we, hopefully, as the year will go on, we'll have better teams more suited for these characters as well, Buhan and Vegito, but we will see. We will see. So, let me know what you guys think about EZA LR Buhan. In terms of, like, a top 10, I'm not really super sure, but I love what they did with his kit. With the guard and the dodge and the stacking and the guaranteed additional supers and the healing. Like, he's good, man. He's really good. It's just that, remember, the top 10 is, like, super stacked. This is probably far and away the best, like, 20 LRs in the game we've ever had, I would say. I think right now, we have, like, the best 20 LRs we've ever had. So, like, that's why, like, it's just things are, like, I shouldn't even do a top 10 LRs. I think I probably will do a top 15, man. Because it's, like, LR 15 is closer to, like, LR number 5 than, like, people would think or some shit like that, right? Like, so I might actually extend it. Because remember, every anniversary character was an LR, basically. All the major EZAs were LRs. All the, you know, all the obviously, like, you know, big Dokkan Fest and Carnival LRs are crazy. Yeah, guys, he looks good. Dude, if they give us another 5 villains like this throughout the year, we're going to be eating really good, man. Frieza's out as well. I've not looked at Frieza's kit. I'll do a full breakdown. We'll kind of take a look at Frieza and some stuff. Let me know what you guys think about Buhan. I really like him. I think he's really good. I think he's what we needed for the artificial life form mission and stuff. So I think they did a really good job with EZA Buhan here.